to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. This is, of course, the Carbon Dioxide Transport and Storage Advisory Committee, and this is our final meeting. As you can see, first of all, I would like to welcome all of those that are here today in person and also those that might be watching online. And my understanding is one of our committee members, Mr. Anderson, is online. Are you hearing us okay, Dave?
Yes, I am.
All right, thank you. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and begin. This is December 26th. I know our meeting didn't get started because we had a longer commission meeting at our normal time, but nevertheless, the first item of the agenda that we need to do is the committee action to approve the agenda. Do I have a motion to do that, please?
So moved.
Seconded.
Second, a motion by Aaron's, a second by Ventura. Any discussion?
Yes, I would like to look at Mr. Nordsby's motion on the insurance policy. I do not believe, I did go back and listen, that it included livestock,
Okay,
or the word livestock.
okay.
Am I correct in that?
All right, we will take a look at that.
Okay.
Is there anything else? Okay, that being said, go ahead and call the roll then, Kristen.
Ventura.
Yes.
Commissioner Aaron's.
Yes.
Anderson.
Aye.
Nordsey.
Yes.
Sweeter.
With that correction, yes.
Commissioner Gibbon.
Yes. Okay, thank you. Next, we need to take a look at approving the minutes from December 19th with the one thing that was brought up by committee member Sweeter. So with that being said, you've all had an opportunity to look at the minutes. They were online. I guess, first of all, I'll let you go ahead, committee member Sweeter, and explain just a little bit more, if you would, the item on livestock, correct?
Well, it was Mr. Nordsby's.
It was your motion? Okay,
motion.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
On the bottom of the second page of the minutes,
Okay,
the motion refers to, the written minutes say livestock. That was not my motion at the time.
Okay.
So in the second sentence, if they strike the words "for livestock," just strike those two words. I would also like to, at the end of that sentence, I refer to Best Analytics, and it actually is AM Best is the name of the company, just so it's
Okay.
accurate.
all right,
Those would be the two changes I would request that be made.
all right. I guess, Drew, have you made those adjustments? I know you're back there on your computer.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes, those adjustments will be made.
correct. Do we need a motion and a second to vote on that again, Drew, or not?
Adjust the minutes, yes.
Okay, so I am asking for a motion and a second to make those adjustments, please.
I'll make the motion.
Okay, Ventura and Nordsby. Okay, call the roll, please. Or is there any discussion? Okay, how about public input? All right, go ahead, call the roll, please.
Ventura.
Yes.
Commissioner Aaron's.
Yes.
Nordsey.
Yes.
Anderson.
Aye.
Sweeter.
Yes.
Commissioner Gibbon.
Yes, thank you. With that being said, again, I'd like to thank this committee. We are making recommendations that will go to the, first of all, to the commission, and once those recommendations then will be sent, my understanding, back to planning and zoning, and then will come back to us as a commission for final decision. So with that process going to take place in the future. Otherwise, I would like to move on and thank the committee Again, let me remind those of you that are here, they volunteered their time and their efforts, and I appreciate each and every one of you in meeting and deciding what we have decided. And I think we're moving in a direction that at least now we, as a county, can give possibly to those that are interested in this adventure of possible pipeline through our county. We'll see. Anything else, Drew, at this particular time that needs to be brought to our attention, or Toby?
There is an agenda item to have discussion. If the committee members wanted to discuss anything, bring up any comments, they're free to do so during that
Okay.
agenda item.
Any other comments by those in the committee? Otherwise, I will again give the public an opportunity to comment on items that aren't on the agenda for today.
Linda Montgomery, Fairview, South Dakota. I'm here to do a FEMSMA testimony rebuttal. On October 12th, we heard testimony on pipeline safety from Summit expert Brigham McGowan. At that time, I did not know Brigham has many roles moving through his 17-month stint with FEMSMA, regular 17 years ago, which happened 17 years ago. Eventually, to a private pipeline company, Alitska Pipeline, where he had an abrupt exit that no one was willing to officially talk about. Timing may not be important, but oddly, 2 months later, FEMSMA requested a gap analysis to be performed on the CO2 pipeline. When organizations like FEMSMA ask for a gap analysis, it is because they are concerned that there are gaps in their regulations. This came after Sedarsha, Mississippi, ruptured that sent 45 people to the hospital. The gap analysis requested came March 2022 when FEMSMA specifically asked to further study the design and welding requirements, including material testing and qualifications of new and existing pipelines for transport of CO2. The objective of this pipeline is to fill gaps, of this project is to fill gaps in the knowledge on materials, welding, operational integrity, developing required the material assessment and qualification for pipeline transporting CO2. FEMSMA is concerned enough that they allocated $1.5 million to this study. So to restate, Summit paid expert isn't worried about the integrity of the CO2 pipelines, but clearly FEMSA is. FEMSA is literally telling us that they do not know the safety of these pipelines. Further, the gap analysis has not been completed, and certainly won't be by the time the commission makes this decision. And if the commissioners don't make the right decision, they will put our county residents at risk with a pathetic 50-foot setback by FEMSA, which FEMSA intended for natural gas and does not believe it is the right thing for CO2.
Thank you. Any other public comments?
Scott Montgomery, Fairview, South Dakota. This is in rebuttal to the pipeline accident testimony at an earlier meeting. I'd like to set the record straight on the number of accidents from CO2 pipelines. CO2 can kill and does kill about 100 people a year. So maybe we can at least agree concentrated CO2 is deadly. There are 2 research papers that I'm happy to make public that estimate there will be 1 or 2 accidents per year for the 5,300 miles of pipeline currently in the U.S. As that number grows, so will the accidents. Not all pipeline accidents are like Sartartia, but even a hole in a pipeline that is 20% of the pipe's diameter is dangerous, creating a deadly zone of 10% concentration within 1,312 feet of the pipe. And that's just from a 17.7-inch pipeline, not a 24-inch pipeline. Another strange fact from the paper titled Carbon Dioxide Pipelines, a Statistical Analysis of Historical Accidents, is that the pipelines have been in service for 0 to 10 years, have the highest frequency of accidents, and the highest proportion of carbon emissions. But the pipelines that have been in service for 11 to 20 years have caused the most economic losses. Why would the newest pipelines cause more accidents? Can it be that the pipeline construction companies are taking advantage of the inadequate regulatory guidance of PHMSA in their rush to take advantage of the 45Q tax credits? The pipeline that Summit plans to build, are first for two reasons. One, they're the longest CO2 pipeline ever constructed, and two, they are the first CO2 pipeline Summit has ever built. We're condemning land in Lincoln County without providing just compensation to the landowners and giving free rein to a company with foreign ownership, a sketchy history that uses heavy-handed coercion tactics and bribery to get their way. Please pass an ordinance that protects our residents. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other public input at this time? Okay, seeing none?
Move to approve, or move to adjourn.
There's a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion by Aaron's, a second by Ventura to adjourn. Kristen, go ahead and call the roll.
Ventura.
Yes.
Commissioner Aaron's.
Yes.
Anderson. Yorksie.
Yes.
Sweeter.
Yes.
Commissioner Gibbon.
Hi, if you're waiting on me, I can't hear the call.
Yes. With that said, meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
I wanted to talk about how this will process, will move forward.
Okay.
The recommendations will be presented to the board by statute 127.1.18. The governing body shall.
Drew, why don't you come up here
yeah.
so everybody can hear you in the audience? I apologize here if I didn't explain that correctly.
No, I just wanted to make this point just so everybody's well aware
Okay.
of the process moving forward. So the recommendations were made by this committee. They'll be presented to the Board of Commissioners, who then have a decision to make on what action they want to take. Under statute 127-1.18, the recommendation shall be made to the governing body, and the governing body shall delay any final action on the recommendations till the next meeting. So the next meeting, the recommendations will be provided to the Board of Commissioners, and they cannot take action by statute until the next scheduled
Correct.
meeting.
So on January 2nd, we will be bringing that information to the county commissioner. Correct. All right. Thank you.